Khamzat over here. Salam. Congratulations on your win. Wanted to get your thoughts on Dricus as a champion, his run so far, and what do you make of his grappling?
What do you think, guys? How I done with this guy, Rob? How he done? Rob took him down. So if Rob took him down, so there is salam alaikum.
The atmosphere for UFC 3119 is on fire, and on one side we've got the middleweight champion Dricus du Plessis coming off an undefeated streak and carrying the confidence of someone who has already beaten Adesanya and Strickland. On the other side, the Chechen storm Khamzat Chimaev, who's finally getting his shot at the title, sent a harsh message to Dricus, brimming with confidence and making it clear that he's not the least bit worried about what the South African might bring to the table. For Chimaev, the outcome of this fight is obvious, a complete beatdown of his opponent. But Chimaev didn't come after Dricus alone. Showing up to back the Chechen was none other than Darren Till, the Englishman and former opponent of Dricus. The truth is that Khamzat and Darren Till seem to be totally in sync, with one goal: discredit, destabilize, and of course, destroy Dricus du Plessis. Check out the harsh statements they made. In his most enigmatic and dark style, Khamzat Chimaev opened up about how he's approaching this stage of his career in the pursuit of the belt. And what was surprising was his response. No studying the opponent, no tactical simulations, no watching Dricus's fights. Chimaev doesn't care about du Plessis. He claims he's just going to train, and when the day comes, he'll step into the cage to destroy. I never visualize my fights. I don't even watch my opponents. My coaches watch them. I once said, I don't like it. I'm not such a super fan to sit and watch. I know what I'll do, and I focus on that, on training. And my opponents don't really have anything special to know what I'll do. My coach said for me, be prepared for a groundwork. Where are they preparing? We're preparing to kill. And what are they doing? They don't know what to do. Chimaev's mentality is that of a predator. For him, it doesn't matter what the opponent is going to do. What matters is how he imposes chaos, and his confidence is sky high. No worrying about the opponent's game plan because none of them have anything special. According to him, it's Dricus who should be worried. The champion is known for having a sharp trash talk game and has even tested it against Chimaev recently. Talking about all the trash talk that happens in the fight world, Chimaev was very honest about how he feels about all of it, saying, when a person has been in this sport for a long time, they probably understand and learn many things, and then they become wiser. No secret. And it's happening to me too. If an unknown person, not such an athlete as me, is thrown to the level where I'm now, they'd go crazy, because there's too much hate, good things. Life happens, pressure, and so on. When a person slowly rises and gets used to it, then it becomes easier. There's a lot of hypocrisy in this sport. You don't have brothers who compete with you, train, then compete, and become your enemies as if. And then they start talking. Whoever comes, we beat him and send him home. This is the kind of statement that shows Chimaev's maturity, but also a raw and direct view of what he thinks about the MMA world. According to him, opponents are hypocrites. They change their stance based on convenience, and in the end, anyone trying to take advantage of him is going to get beaten and sent home. And if there's someone who knows the current champion, well, it's Darren Till, who is very close to Chimaev. They fought back in 2022, and in the Englishman's view, he was one round away from finishing Dricus. That experience led to a personal invite from Chimaev. Dricus is the champion now. I was one round away from absolutely smashing him. I don't want to sound disrespectful, but he was an easy fight when I fought him. He didn't give me any problems. On the feet. Eventually, he took me down and got me, but I really think Khamzat beats him. Khamzat rang me 2 weeks ago. He said to me, look, you know Dricus inside out on the stand-up. Can you come and help me? Would I want to see Khamzat as the champion? I think he deserves it. I think Khamzat wins in the first round, I really do. The provocation is clear. According to Till, Dricus may have won that fight, but he was nowhere near dominating on the feet. And he guarantees that Khamzat is going to win even easier, and still in the first round. And if you thought that statement was pretty provocative, Check out this other thing Darren Till said in another interview, claiming that if he returned to the UFC today, without a doubt, he would beat the crap out of Dricus du Plessis and steal that belt from the South African. With respect, I'm never going to look past Dricus because he's super dedicated. He's super strong. He's got that awkward style that doesn't make any sense. I think Khamzat will beat him inside 2 rounds. I really do believe that. I was speaking to Khamzat on FaceTime the other day because I was meant to be going off to Dubai to help with the camp, and Khamzat knows it's a tough fight. But Khamzat trains like a beast. For 2 years now, I've stayed so consistent in the gym. My boxing's got so incredibly good. Even my body type's changed. If I went back to the UFC now at middleweight, I'd tear Dricus's head off. Tell Dricus I said him. I can't stand his guts because he's so good. Yep, Till didn't hold back. He said that if he returned to the UFC today, he'd rip Dricus's head off, and he even added a classic insult to the champion. According to the Englishman, the guy's so bad that he ends up being good. Go figure. And to top it all off, Khamzat Chimaev opened up about a major commitment to this fight against Dricus, revealing that he's doing his camp at an Olympic training base with only high-level athletes. This is the Olympic base, Kislovodsk. Probably the best base I've ever been to, the best place for training. All of the Olympians hold their training camps here. Wrestlers, figure skaters, every sport is here. Boxers, non-boxers. It's a very cool place away from the city hustle. You just dive into sports, no phone, nothing, and your head is like clear. All the extra stuff fades away. The food is also very tasty. According to Chimaev, the place offers everything he needs: peace, structure, good food, and total focus. An environment where the outside world doesn't come in, and where he can, in his own words, turn into a war machine, ready to smash Dricus du Plessis. Even though Chimaev doesn't reveal much about his training, he himself has said there's no real secret to hide, and that all his opponents already know what the Wolf is going to do. Khamzat Chimaev's plan is simple. Go all out at the start of the first round, get the takedown, and smash his victim as quickly as possible. On the other side, Dricus du Plessis still hasn't started his trash talk full throttle. Maybe. He's saving it for the press conference, where the South African always shines. Meanwhile, Chimaev and Till are talking, and talking loudly. The Englishman believes the champion is overrated, that he has a weird style, and deep down, he's nothing more than an easy target for Khamzat. As for the Chechen, he doesn't even bother looking at who he's going to face. He's just focused on training until he becomes a killing machine, waiting for the moment to smash his victims. And with all this disrespect toward his opponent, the stage is set for one of the tensest showdowns of the year. But in your opinion, do you believe Khamzat Chimaev will steamroll Dricus du Plessis the same way he's done with so many other opponents? Throughout his career, one thing's for sure, Khamzat Chimaev is going to try to take the champion down early in the fight and go for the submission as soon as he gets him down, just like he did against Robert Whittaker. However, many believe that Dricus du Plessis is a really strong guy, and it'll be much harder for the Chechen to take the champion down. Another big question mark surrounding Chimaev is the fact that this fight is scheduled for 5 rounds. Khamzat isn't exactly known for having excellent cardio. Quite the opposite. Because he uses overwhelming strength early in the first round to get his opponents down, fatigue could be one of his biggest enemies if Dricus du Plessis manages to drag this fight into the later rounds. And as for the champion, one thing is certain: he has endless gas and he seems to never get tired. Dricus is a machine, and it looks like there's no scenario where he backs off or stops attacking. The fight is right around the corner, and for sure the whole world is counting the days until this clash, one of the most highly anticipated fights of 2025, a bout that promises to go down in middleweight history. And who are you rooting for? Dricus du Plessis? Or are you backing Khamzat Chimaev to capture his long-dreamed belt and kick off a new era in the middleweight division? Drop your opinion in the comments about who wins this fight. And if you're really into MMA and love staying on top of everything that happens in the fight world, it's definitely worth checking out these 2 other videos popping up on your screen right now. These 2 videos are super important, and I'm absolutely sure you're gonna enjoy them and stay well informed about the latest news in the MMA world. If you liked this video, go ahead and subscribe to the channel and drop a like to help spread the word. See you next time.